On August 1, 2018, Search Engine Roundtable noticed signs of another Google search ranking algorithm update. On the same day, Google tweeted a regular algorithm update SEO experts all over the world already had noticed. Later it was called the Medic Update. Google published a tweet, quote, "This week we released a broad core algorithm update, as we do several times per year. Our guidance about such updates remains the same as in March." End of quote. Hot weather on August 1 and 2. This update began on July 22, 2018 and lasted until August 7 with extreme peaks on August 1 and 2, followed by day of massive rankings change. COS talked about extremely hot weather on the first days in August. This proverbial heat that SEOs noted on the most extreme days, is signaling fluctuations in the search engine results. The idea goes back to a scale developed by the well-known guys from Moz some years ago. Mozcast was consequently defined as the Google Algorithm Weather Report. What does it mean? In the words of Moz, quote, "Put simply, the hotter the temperature, the more change we saw in Google rankings in the previous 24 hours. The temperature and severity are completely connected at this point, so a big algorithm change means you'll see hot and stormy weather." End of quote. Mozcast reported a record heat spike of 114 degrees on August 1 and 2. Who was hit by the August 2018 Google Core update? Search Engine Roundtable pointed out that some industries had been hit more than others. They delivered data from an analysis of some hundred sites complaining heavy traffic loss, quote, sites that said they were impacted by this update. The first bit of data that sorely stood out around this was that a huge percentage of the sites impacted were specifically in the medical, health, fitness, healthy lifestyle space. In fact, over 42% of the sites submitted were. End of quote. But that was only half the truth. After the dust had settled, Search Engine Journal added in December that, quote, "Since the initial rollout, we can see that the update has impacted sites far wider than the medical niche, including payday loans." End of quote. Moz lists of winners and losers for the Medic update supported this point of view, as a high percentage of the top 30 losers were from the health industry. Obviously, Google had changed the algorithm in a way that rankings appeared to be in favor of sites with high domain authority and trust value. Evergreen Media saw problems especially for sites from health and finance. Yoast SEO added, that, quote, "Our best guess as to what the Medic update did was improve a match between users' intent when searching for a phrase and search engine results. All of the changes above would make sense with that point of view." End of quote. Is fixing rankings after the Medic update possible? A remedy that webmasters could use for fixers to improve their rankings after being hit by the algorithm update, was explicitly excluded by Google. The way they updated the algorithm, Google confirmed the update as a, quote, "broad core algorithm update," end of quote. Seemed to have made any corrections or cleanings obsolete. As John E. Lincoln put it, quote, "A core algorithm doesn't address any single factor. In other words, it isn't a punishment for bad behavior. It's more of a general clean-up," end of quote. Lincoln recommended to webmasters, quote, "to look at Google's gold standard, its quality rater guidelines," end of quote. And to focus on, quote, "the importance of expertise, authoritativeness, and trust," EAT, end of quote. In December 2018, Stephen McDonald from Search Engine Journal stated that, quote, "Until now, very little has been written in terms of practical advice on how to regain traffic and rankings," end of quote. However, they offered a case study webmasters could use and eventually apply. At least for the case study, Search Engine Journal stated that, quote, "We recovered within 60 days," end of quote. The study about peachy.co.uk started with a significant loss of organic Google visitors ensuing the algorithm update. They used a three-step plan to recover. First, they analyzed the website, then identified key pages they wanted to improve, and finally created an action plan for the recovery process. 5 measures for better rankings. Then they implemented the following improvements: rewrite key landing pages to emphasize trust, optimize metadata to be less aggressive, double down on high-quality content, merge duplicate content, and improve copy link out to research, statistics and data results of the recovery case study. Firstpeachy.co.uk had lost 18% of organic search traffic due to the Google update, from 47,000 organic search visits in July before the Medic update. The domain's traffic dropped in August to 38,000 visits. According to Search Engine Journal, during the process of implementing the improvements, the number of visitors climbed again to 43,000 visitors in October. Finally, at the end of the observed time period, Search Engine Journal counted 45,000 visitors for November 2018. Medic update, my personal takeaways. Google turned a set screw in the Medic update, and that was obviously called EAT. E stand for expertise, A for authority, and T means trustworthiness. Websites with brilliant EAT values obviously profited over average. According to some observers, in this context noticeably many pages were from the YMYL area. This may be due to the fact that in these industries the competition for the best rankings traditionally has been fought with hard bandages, dubious SEO tricks, and sometimes with content of low value. Google's weighting of individual EAT parameters may have caused greater shifts here than, for instance, for educational or governmental sites.